to get right into the motorsport of the weekend, you had all the people that were at the Derby, and then you had all the people at the Miami Formula One race. And there are a few things that I think people, listeners of this show, would probably expect us to get into, because we respect all motorsport, right? I like to respect Formula One because I tried to get there. Very difficult. Some of the best drivers in the world. Some of the best drivers in the world in IndyCar. Some of the best drivers in the world in NASCAR. You can't say one is the best. Like, it's just, that's bad. And there was LL Cool J right before the race saying that everyone here is the best, and it was the greatest spectacle in motorsports, which right out the gate, send him a letter. We're going to sue you. Like, I mean, it was something that, I mean, I don't know. I look at the Miami race, and I will give it credit for, my gosh, it looks like a great event. Like that, the paddock in the football stadium, which apparently, according to my inside sources, extremely hot down there. Like, they said the paddock was so hot because there's no air movement. You're in a stadium. And I was like, well, man, that's why the Dolphins put their opponents on the sunny side. Like, it's got to be awful down there. But there was a lot that went on that weekend, which, again, I think a lot of the comments, we are jealous of F1 in certain ways. I think there are so many celebrities down there. You know, you had Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, those guys, but that's their thing, right? Like, they have billions of dollars, so the F1 is kind of like, it's always been for them. You know what I mean? But I think one thing we have to remember, and this might be the same for several different events, a lot of those celebrities get paid to be there. Like, everyone thinks that, like, oh, everyone just wants to go to F1. It's actually not true. Like, a lot of those celebrities are invited by teams and maybe, you know, given some little dust on the hip, little cash, little money here. I remember talking to Chloe Grace Moretz in Austin last year. She's an actress, quite a famous person. And she was like, yeah, Williams Esports, like, paid me to be here. And I was like, well, that's great. Like, that's easy to come to a Formula One race then, right? Like, because, like, I'm definitely going to go anywhere that I'm going to get paid to go. You know what I mean? So a lot of these companies like Heineken, they pay people to be there. Watch companies, IWC, like Tag Heuer, all those companies will get their celebrities that they are involved with there. So it's not like everyone was, like, hunting for, like, Patrick Mahomes didn't go to the website and buy an F1 ticket because he wanted to go see a race. It's like, no, Patrick was invited. Now, again, all these celebrities, they know about Formula One now more often because of the show, because of how everyone thinks it's cool. But there are so many people that get paid to go there, and there are so many people that, like, I saw a bunch of tables. Like, did you see that whole area where they have, like, basically like pool cabanas, and they're watching the race? And then some guy, I saw a great TikTok video of a guy who paid like $3,000 for tickets, and all he got was like a lanyard, and he was looking at people across the way with pool cabanas. And I saw, again, I'm a big internet guy. I try to dive deep into some of the internet folk spaces. And you got to remember that the Miami GP might also pay people to be there, right? Because some of the people that were in those, like, cabana areas are just like club people, and they're like famous people that are just influencers, right? They're just like people that party, and they're like, oh yeah, cool, we'll go, you know, buy alcohol at your racetrack for the weekend for free or to get money. So it's a bit of a smoke and mirrors thing. And again, we also do that for the 500. Like, we don't necessarily just invite people and say, hey, like, we'd love you to come to the 500. Like, we fly people on private jets in to the 500 to make sure that we have celebrities there. So it's very common, but I just want to let people know that, like, hey, this isn't, like, let's not feel as bad as we could, I would say. But
what's the red carpet looking like for the 500 this year?
I don't know yet. I think we have the chance to probably have some really cool folks. We always have cool people. Last year, Miles Teller, like, having him there, I thought was really cool. I'm sure they're going to have a great person to wave the green flag, to, you know, all kinds of things. But they keep that under wraps. They do a pretty good job. But that's kind of part of the excitement leading up to May, right? But this whole thing that F1 did, to kind of continue the rant. I don't know if you saw it, but the LL Cool J intros thing.
I was watching.
I mean, IndyCar, Penske Entertainment and the folks at IndyCar have sent a message to F1 about violating, a law of copyright on the phrases, a trademark law around the F1 race in Vegas, right? Like they were using the greatest spectacle in whatever. Greatest spectacle. You can't do that. Sorry, it's against the law. Yep. It's not yours. And then when LL Cool J comes out, I mean, it really does. I want to let you know, it does make folks mad inside of our camp, the IndyCar camp, because I know personally, my stepdad, Doug Bowles, president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, if there's one person who hates to hear that and all these people trampling over our spectacle, which is easily the greatest spectacle in motorsport and all of racing, and it's 10 times the size of Miami, this boat race down there, essentially, it's angering. So again, F1 is targeted attacks at us and everything, and they're trying to really get into it. And again, they're getting progressive, but it was something that made me angry. But watching F1 drivers squirm when doing a driver intros thing was hilarious. Now again, Logan Sargent, love what he had to say. He got on the mic. Yeah, right? I was cool. Like, what's up, America? He's our guy, obviously. Tough weekend for him, but he's our guy for sure. And we still, again, I have to respect the series, but it's very funny to see their reaction to the driver intros thing. I mean, Joey, did you see those? I mean, it looked like a bit of a circus.
Yeah, it was.
But like a cool circus.
It's felt weird, you're like, Will.i.am is orchestrating.
Oh my gosh.
And a fire suit? What? Like, Will.i.am and LL Cool J? What is this combination? I don't know what the hell is going on. But yeah, man, I mean, straight up. So keep going off what you're saying. Just the LL Cool J, that hit me straight in the gut. It felt like somebody slid him a card beforehand. Because I'm like, no way LL Cool J is that much into F1 or motorsport. Yeah. It felt like somebody handed him a little note card before he went out there and was like, hey, make sure you say this exactly this way, okay?
Targeted, yeah.
Whatever else you want, make sure you say this. And that's what it felt like, and it pissed me off, and I turned it off, and I watched NASCAR.
There you go.